Yo, what's up? What's up? How are you guys doing? All right. Big open range gap here. 330 handles. All right. So for all the people who are now new within this challenge here, it's an AMP live account. It started at 1K. I started on Wednesday, an Asia session. I shared everything inside the VIP group so far. We are currently at 32% or 32.3%. And yeah, I just try to get as much gain as possible in whatever time period. And I try to stream everything live. Otherwise, if it's not live, it's within the VIP group. I just don't want to show the account number. I think that's normal. But yeah. So we're going straight into the charts. And to be honest, I don't have any more draws. So we are currently at the end of the week, and NFP hit the market here at the SIBI. I was looking at this. Unfortunately, I did not get anything out of this move. From NFP up here into the sell side, totally fine. And from now on, I don't have anything pretty much, to be honest. We're still on the daily chart. We're still in this block of price action here. I mean, we are rejecting from the suspension block here, just at the midpoint there yesterday. So the sell side might be something to watch on for next week, but for today, there probably is nothing going on, to be honest. And yeah, we are currently trading within the current new week opening gap again. So it's not really trending or something. And the lows here are jagged. So yeah. I delete some things in here. It left equal lows down here. On the PD array, on the premium arrays. I mean, we're looking at the open range gap levels here, the 8 and the quadrants. So this here is the lower 8. This here is the 1 minute NFP candle here. CB. So I might only think the sell side here is pretty clean. We are heavily bearish from the NFP towards the daily CB. Sorry, the daily sell side liquidity pools. I was looking at this 5 seconds CB here. So from here. But there was no institutional order flow entry drill on the 1 seconds. Alright, so the sell side's already reached. Let's see if we did leave any buy sides. I mean, this here would have been a great entry, if it would be an entry, because it did not trade into the CB here. And we did have the 1 minute CB here, I like that. But the downside for today, I only have, I mean, we are currently within this 1 hour's busy right here. Just trading into that. The lows here are not really relative equal. These are also not relative equal. So yeah, if nothing's going to present itself here, then we might just go for the weekend and continue next week. I mean, if you look, 32% in 2 days is quite good. Trading only 1 micro. So we are already trading into the sell side here and the 1 hour busy. So this 1 hour CB is nothing I'm looking at as a short entry. You can still reject there and present something on the lower time frames. But I'm not in a rush to trade today. I think the music is quite hard. Alright, so let's see if it can reach into the initial high here. See how the 1 minute CB is not even respected. Let's see on the 5. We're very busy with an order block. How much is that? If you can reach into the busy here, I'm looking at then at the 1 seconds. Alright, so it did trade already into the buy side here. The next buy side would be up here. The initial high from the AM session. It would have been better to trade into the sell side first within the busy and order block and then trade into the buy side. But I did trade into the buy side before we even had the entry. I'm not going to enter for the buy side up here until we reach into the sell side. Hell yeah, man. Some good vibes. Let's see if we can get something on the 1 second or 5 seconds for today. Would be awesome. Otherwise, we're going to chill and watch how it goes. Alright, so it trades into the sell side here within the busy. I mean, it did trade into the buy side first. Kind of want to take this. It's 2% of the account. Okay. That was fast. I was looking at this busy here and the inversion for value gap. I still like the idea of trading higher here. It was not even 2%. Yeah, this busy here, it was too fast. I should have put my stop loss down here. The buy side up here is also too clean. Yeah. From here, it would have been a nice opportunity. It's fine. We can chill, we can chill. But you can see how it trades into the buy side first without going to the sell side before that and then trade into the upside. So this quite shows you lower probability. Alright. I'm interested in the buy side still. And this busy here was quite nice here on the 5. On the 1 minute we have this busy here. Yeah, this busy here with the stop loss below that would have been too fast on the 1. Unfortunately. Good morning, good morning. Alright, so kind of unlucky with the with this down here. So we went long from the idea of the 5 seconds busy here with the sell side liquidity and wanted to draw up into the buy side up here. I can see it's not even reaching the buy side yet. I'm gonna wait for the macro here. It's kinda seek and destroy here. I'm gonna make a different music here. Oops. Sorry. That's quite loud. All right, we are looking at not much, to be honest. Yeah, it engineered the highs up here. I have no bias, to be honest. I do not have any bias. If you look at the 1 hour chart from this week, we are still trading inside this new week opening gap here as a premium right now, but we are still hovering around that and not trading within a order flow trendy condition here. So I'm neutral. I'm focusing more on the lower time frame liquidities. For example, the 1 minute now with the engineered highs up here. But so far you can see it's not doing anything. And yeah, we might just sit still until the close and continue next week. I mean, we secured 30% now. Within 2 days, I started this challenge 2 days ago on Wednesday. And I think 30% in that short period of time is a good amount to start with. And it's quite hard in these conditions because you can see it's not even low resistance, like on the 1 minute even. It's leaving engineered highs here now. It has had a nice draw into the sell side here with the 1 hour discount array. And then from there, in normal conditions where you have higher probability conditions, it easily goes into the buy side, but we just don't have that, and that's why you have to be nimble and lower your risk. So there's pretty much no bias. I mean, I like the idea of the new week opening gap being the premium array here. Yeah, very hard conditions. If you not manage it correctly and don't look at your risk and everything, it can go quite crazy. Yeah, 30%. I mean, I'm using micros on a $1,000 account. So it's quite high risk from the beginning already. But I'm using 5% per trade on average, I would say. Yeah, 30%. And so since Wednesday evening, I started an Asia session. And how many entries? I don't know. A few. Yesterday I had a few break-even trades. I shared everything inside the VIP group. But we got a good amount of handles then on a short setup. I don't know. I think it was somewhere around here, I would say. Something around here. We had a nice short setup. So I would say since the start of this, I had like 5 good entries or 5 good setups where I had several entries in. And for a $1,000 account, if you scalp with a micro, the fees are quite high. So this also lowers your gain at the end. But we are starting aggressively here and starting relative small. So yeah, 30% is a quite good amount to start with. All right, you can see it's kind of ranging here now. And I mean, we kind of knew that before it started because, first of all, we had this NFP going lower all the way down here into the 1 hour busy. And it's already Friday. We're still hovering around that new week opening gap. The only thing I would look at are lower time frame liquidities. And for now, the only thing that would make sense, in my opinion, is the buy side up here, the engineered highs. And that was my initial target here. My typical entry I always enter on a fair value gap. It can be every kind of fair value gaps. Like it can even be volume imbalance. It basically an imbalance. It can be volume imbalance, fair value gap, suspension block. It can be inversion fair value gap. And yeah, mostly on the seconds time frame. If we have better conditions again, then I will risk more than 5% per trade, more like 7 to 9 or 10% per trade. But then be very nimble and try to get this account as soon as possible into 2K, so 100%. And then from there, I can go quite ham. That's the idea behind it. So if nothing is going to present itself here, then we might sit still. I mean, you can see it's trading towards the buy side. The draw was correct, the initial draw. But the price action here was very poor in terms of, if you compare it from low resistance to high resistance, this is the definition of high resistance liquidity run. But the draw was kind of correct. So the engineer highs here are now taken. And yes, within the macro. So we had this macro here from 950. I mean, maybe there was something. If you focus and begin at 950 here. Yeah, there was something. Sell side taken here. So if you look at this here, this could have been a great setup. Sell side being taken here. Trades higher with a busy or a balanced price range here, and then has this institutional order flow entry drill. And from here you have an opportunity of 50 handles. That's quite a lot. And now it's trading within the range again, so back into the range. That is also high resistance liquidity run condition kind of stuff. But yeah, based on the macro, you could have find something here on the seconds time frame. I just wasn't looking at that right now. But I will be more focused in the future now. Today is just to show you that I'm starting this, and I want to go with this for the next few weeks, months, or how long it takes. I don't know. So today is just another warm-up, and next week I will go fully focused. And then I just want to share everything. I'm not going to talk about the charts or price action too much then. It's just me sitting here, the charts, and being locked in to find these quite high probability setups. What makes you enter a fair value gap? All of this is kind of within my VIP group. I do have videos about that, what my perfect entry looked like. Or the entries, because I do have several entry models. Or the narrative behind everything that is also discussed in the VIP group. So on the YouTube live streams, I'm not going to go deeply into the stuff and teachings and everything. But yeah. So you can see, if you look at the 1 minute now again, the only draw we would have was the buy side liquidity up here, and there's no really high probability draw for me right now. It's kind of 50-50. It can still go lower from that new week opening, that being the premium array, or it can still go higher into this NFP range again. So there's not really something you want to take your risk in. What my okay, already read that. So this today was supposed to be a short stream anyways, not too long. So we're just ending the week with 30%. I would say that's quite good. We started on Wednesday. for your information. And I will continue next week then on Monday. Let's check the calendar real quick. All right, so Monday and Tuesday we don't have anything. On Wednesday we have CPI. On Thursday we have 8:30 news, and on Friday we have 8:30 as well and 10 a.m. So the focus then will be from Wednesday to Friday. If I might stream on Monday, but typically the Monday of the non-NFP weeks are very low probability. And but then the focus will be Wednesday to Friday, and I will hunt for setups there. We will try to get this account as high as possible. I don't know how far I can go, but yeah. You're looking for 10 a.m. because of the 1 hour gap. Let's see. I mean this gap here, you mean the busy? Yeah, I mean that's quite nice and interesting because I don't see it go lower here now. So if we enter the 10 a.m. in 4 minutes, we might have a UDA swing from the 10 a.m. candle or opening price lower and then higher back into the range. That would be the perfect from just looking at what we have here. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna wait with you. So the idea is 10 a.m. having a UDA swing lower, maybe once more into the sell side down here, into this 1 hour CB, and then from there, something to look on to take a long setup, going into deeper retracements. Because right now we just have a seek and destroy here from 9:30 to 10 a.m. So I would like to see something around 10 a.m. to 10:30 that gives more movement or volatility. Sell side, yeah. The only sell side that would make sense now would be this down here because we are in a current seek and destroy profile. So we took out the high, we took out the sell, the low, the high again. So one of those sell side liquidity pools would be interesting to then see a 10 a.m. UDA swing lower into going higher. If you look on the daily time frame, I mean, we do have sell side liquidity down here, right? So that might be a target as well, but not for today. That might be something for next week. It can still reach all the way down there. I mean, we're in heavily conditions here. So let's see how the 10 a.m. candle is going to print here, or start. Because on the 15, we just saw a run into the CB here, trading lower now. Like when you see both sides, you simply want to sit still. It's kind of gambling. Yeah, higher time from sell side, all the way down here would be interesting. I mean, if you see both sides and that is where you are currently in my opinion, you shouldn't take any more risk. But I'm definitely interested in how the 10 a.m. is going to start here. Right, so we did have a CB here. So I took one of these sell side liquidity pools here, so the one in the middle. It really depends on how we trade from 10 a.m. going into the first minutes. I mean, but you can see how it trades into the sell side here and then goes higher. Goes deeply more into the retracement here. And this old new week opening gap is already reached. So nothing in here that was good for a entry model in my opinion. So no reason to rush anything here. If we would have equal lows down here, then this would have been a great entry, but we don't have. So it's still the definition of high resistance liquidity run. It took the sell side, buy side, and now both sides are pretty jagged. So you know what? I'm going to end this stream. I am going to continue next week. I'm not interested in the price action here, to be honest. If I see something on the PM session, then I will share that in the VIP group. I will go out in the sun and end the week with 30% in profit. And yeah, I then will be live maybe on Monday, but 100% sure on Tuesday. And yeah, have a great weekend and be safe.